What's up, peeps? Coach Muhammad here. Mindset, fitness, and relationship. I want to talk about process today. We all love processed food. Why do we love processed food so much? Because we love things that go through a process. It tastes better. So let's get into it. Life is all about process. If you're not in the process, you're not in success. The Success Club is a process, guys. You need to understand that, right? And before we really get into touch with it, I just want to say the sponsor of this video today. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, the sponsor of this video today is me, right? Basically, do something for 18 minutes a day and you become expert on it for within 365 days. It's up to you. Go learn something, go learn how to be a better father. Go learn how to have better relationships, go learn how to be a better partner, spouse, a family person, right? Go learn how to become whatever you want to do in life, maybe it's you want to be a race car driver. For me, it was playing soccer. I dedicated more than 18 minutes a day and it didn't work out. It's okay. God is good. Have greater and better plans for you. But never say you didn't end up where you want to go because you didn't give it your all. That is very important. Now, when we talk about process, right? So even within that line, how does one become a really good soccer player? Does it take 1, 2 days, 3 days, or 5 days? No, it doesn't. It takes years, right? It takes years, it takes days, it takes months. And this is the same thing for if you're trying to achieve success. It's going to take days, it's going to take months, it's going to take years. It is very important for you to understand that, right? Everything has to go through a process, just like a tree. Think of success is always like a tree, and your life is always like a tree. It has to go through the process. But the root is the very important. And the root is what? Your vision, your goal, right? That is the root of where the tree is, right? Once you planted the root, once you vision your life, and once you have your goal in mind, right? Then it's time to go up from there. And by going up, you have to go through the process, You cannot skip the process. You cannot just be like, bam, there's food. No, you have to cook food, right? Or maybe somebody cook it for you, right? It went through a process, So you have to think about it, guys. Do not rush in your life and thinking that things are just supposed to happen overnight. Or even if you're an expert at something, right? You became an expert on it with time, guys, with process, So for me, I always say success really is just you being in the process. Because once you're no longer in the process, how are you ever going to reach success? It does not make any sense, So a lot of people talk about trusting the process. And that's pretty much saying that, okay, like for example, take, someone who doesn't really know how to cook very well, right? And they go ahead to make a dish, right? And they're applying the necessary recipes and stuff, and they're cooking the food. They have trust that whatever they're making is gonna come out to be good, right? Just like, others who have done it before, right? And that's basically what it means, is trust in the process. And listen, it may not come out right. It may not come out perfect, right? But at the end of the day, either way, you are learning, you are growing, right? I promise you, if it doesn't come out right, the next time you will do it a little better. The next time you will do it a little better. And that's what life is all about, is all going through the process, making it happen so that you can become better at something and eventually become an expert, a chef, So in able for you to become a chef, you have to go through a lot of the process. And able for you to become strong and fit, you have to go through the process of going to the gym and working out every day and, applying some stress to your body so that you could grow. This makes total sense, right? So that's what I want to say, guys, today. You have to believe in the process. Belief is number one. You have to trust the process. That's number two. And number three, you have to work on the process. Believe, trust, and work on the process. Once you have those three things, right, you understand the reason for process, and you understand what the benefit is for process. And that is why we love processed food. Because the process that it went through, whether it's good or bad, it made the food taste good, right? So in life, once you go through a process, right, whether it's a good or bad process, you're still gonna produce some kind of result. And sometimes the result could be good, sometimes it cannot be good. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me give you an example. So you go through the process of whatever you want to achieve in life, you know, and the result is good, and you're shocked because you're like, well, the process, you know, I didn't give it my all, I didn't work as hard as I could, right? But most of people don't understand that. Listen, sometimes giving it your all means you having balance, because we don't want for you to crash and burn, right? We want you to be safe, because if you crash and burn, at that point you may be dead, or I don't know, you know, out of commission, right? We don't ever want you to crash and burn, guys. So understand what I'm trying to tell you here is very important, right? You have to believe in the process, trust the process, and what's number three? What's number three? You guys don't remember? You have to believe in the process, trust the process, and work on the process. Without that last one right there, without any of these, right, three, it's not gonna happen, right? And having balance is really important in your life, because, you know, you gotta prevent burnout. And sometimes, you know, most of us like have that, you know, get it done attitude, and I do as well. But you know, sometimes it could be too much. I believe it's just like a race when you think about it, right? A race. In the beginning of the race, you're running, you know, you have some energy, right? Some people, like, let's say you're learning running a marathon, for example. Some people, they just run and then they slow down, right? At the beginning, pace themselves through the marathon. And some people you have go to the marathon and they're just running, like so fast. Who do you think is gonna do better? And when this is a marathon, listen, we're all human here. The guy who started out really strong in the beginning, because he wants to be in front or something like that, is gonna burn out faster, unless they have something that the rest of them don't. Or maybe his strategy is, because some people, their body work that way, maybe his strategy is just to hit it real hard in first gear, and then cruise on second gear, third gear, fourth gear, and sixth gear, seventh gear, right? Maybe he's like that. There are people that can do that. You know, for me, generally, that's how I like to do things, you know, right? Because I want to be in the front so that I don't see anybody. So it's just me versus me, and I push myself. I'm not pushing myself based on the people around me or people behind me. I push myself because I want to be at a level that's so far and to accomplish it, and to say, I came here, I made it, and then tell the rest of them, come on. That's how I am. So that's a leader characteristic, you know. So then you have other people who pace themselves in the beginning, right? Because they just love people so much. They don't want to leave anybody behind, and they want to do it as a unit. And that's a beautiful thing. Those people have beautiful hearts and stuff. And those people is what you can count on to be, you know, assisting leaders, because they hold the community together. They're that one piece, you know, that you know, that when things are low, you know, they're just there, and then they speak such a good and bring such good energy, and to unite everybody, you know, right? And that's also characteristics of a leader, but is a different kind of leader. It's more like a king to a prince, pretty much, you know. Now you have these people who pace themselves the whole entire race. Their goal is not to be number one. Their goal is just to not beat anyone. Their goal is just to finish, just to say that they did it. And these are incredible people, by the way. They're training themselves, right, to push, to be better, right? When they're running that race, they don't see anybody. All they see is themselves and how to challenge themselves, right? And they want to be able to do it so that all the people who said, I can never do that, they can grasp up onto this person and say, wow, this person did it, you know? Maybe this could have been the out of shape person, or the person that they didn't think was even going to get through the marathon, you know? And so there's different levels to this. So I ask you, in life, my friends, my peeps, what kind of marathon runner are you? So once you determine that, you can apply that into your life, and it's going to be incredible. You're going to do so much. Oh man, because once you identify, right, what kind of person you are, you then know how to apply things in life. You know how to go about things. You know how to work toward things, and you know when to push, when to let go, and you know when to add or to take away. You're gonna do such an amazing things. So that right there is the best explanation I can give you guys. What kind of marathon runner are you? Are you just the one that just pretty much starts going in first gear and hitting it hard and then cruising out all the rest of the gears? Or are you the one in first gear, you take it very light and then all through the gears because you just want to be able to say you finished, that you did something, and that, you know, you stuck to it, which is really amazing? Or are you the one who just starts like crazy, you know, punching it, and then you start to burn out in the end, and you're wondering why is this happening, you know? And you're trying to push yourself so hard, and some of those people may finish, some of those people may not finish, you know, because you then exhausted yourself, right? And I see that like in a lot of times, like on the road where you see people driving, right? The crazy thing is these people will be driving, and what's funny is they speed past you so hard. It doesn't matter what speed they're going, they speed past you. And next thing you know, you two are at the same stoplight. Whether you're getting off the highway or not, you two are at the same stoplight. And this is the reality of life, right? No matter how hard somebody push, right, one of the best things is consistency. So understanding the process and being consistent, ain't nothing better than that. Than someone running, blowing their head off, you know, and their heart out, blowing their body out. Because it doesn't matter, even if you want to be the fittest human being on earth, you're gonna need rest, you're gonna need to recover, you know. And everything needs rest. Your digestive system needs rest, your mind needs rest, the heart needs rest, the body needs rest, you know. Everything needs rest, guys, because without rest there is no recovery, and without recovery there is no growth. You know, you could do something as hard as you want, but if you don't recover from it, at that point, you know, it just dies, you know. So now a process, right? I take away from process. In life, everything has process. Driving is a process. Brushing your teeth is a process. Waking up is a process. Going to sleep is a process. Everything. A relationship is a process, you know? Everything is a process. So you're not understanding it, but you've been growing and adapting to have process and to live a process life. That's what it is. Going to school is a process, you know, right? Studying is a process. Learning something is a process. Anything you do, putting on your shoes is a process. Man, what is in a process? That's the takeaway for you guys. What isn't a process? Because everything is a process. You can't run away from process, and nothing have a meaning without process. Nothing can grow without process. And at the end of the day, process is good, is an amazing thing. And process is what makes fast food good. I gotta put it out there. Even non-fast food still goes through a process. It's just different processes that they go through. You know what I mean, right? You know, the process of like the parent making the child, feel better and love them so much and stuff like that. Like blocking out all the negative emotions and making sure the child is always have that feel good energy. So always transferring that good energy towards them. So I think that's one of the best human beings, by the way, is those people who always transfer good amongst others. I love those kind of people. And no matter, even if they're feeling their worst, they will also always like transfer this good, amazing energy with everyone. And I love being around those kind of people. Who likes negative people, guys? Nobody does. Even negative people don't like themselves, you know? So you got to understand that, right? At the end of the day, the takeaway is everything have process, and without process, nothing is gonna grow, nothing is going nowhere, and nothing is gonna be a life worth living. So just remember that process is life, guys. Process is life. And again, the message that I want to leave you guys with is I will leave a link in the description for free mindset training, right? It's called I Grow. The I stands for identity. We identify where you live, past, present, or future. And the G stands for gratitude. 3 things for gratitude. You write it down. And the R stands for reflect. You reflect on 3 things: the good for the day, the bad for the day, and overcome. And then the O stands for overall. Like, what is my why? What is my goal? And what are the steps that I'm taking to reach this goal, right? And then the W stands for win. What is it going to look like for you to win in life, right? We offer this free mindset training. And if you want any personal training as well, we give 30 days transformation, right? The link is the same, right? Go ahead and check out the plans that we have in the programs, right? And don't hesitate to ask any questions as well. And remember, process is life. Again, Coach Muhammad, mindset, fitness, and relationship. Till next time, guys.